Here's a full body workout you can do at the gym, and I'm gonna do it step by step so you know exactly what you're doing. My name is Brian Fitzsimmons. I'm the owner of Fit40 Personal Training and Nutrition, and this is going to be a session very similar to what I do with clients every single day. We're gonna be hitting upper body, lower body, core, cardio. We're gonna check off a lot of boxes, and we're gonna do it in very minimal time. Now, before we jump in, make sure if you haven't already, go ahead and warm up by using one of the warm-up videos, whether that's the body weight, kettlebell, or banded one that I have on my page, or at least warm up on the treadmill for 5-10 minutes, get your body warm, loose, ready to go, because we're just gonna jump right in. So if you have to, pause right here, warm up, and then come back. All right, now let's get into it. First thing we're gonna be doing is upper body. Now, for the upper body, we're gonna need a cable machine. Now, as you can see, mine has plates on it, but if you're working at any commercial gym like a Planet Fitness or anything similar, you're probably gonna have those pin stacks. So regardless, it's weight, just make sure that you pick the appropriate weight. So for the first thing we're gonna be doing, it is gonna be the row with the cable, okay? This is a single arm standing row. Now, all we wanna do is pull back and forth, and we're gonna do that for 10 on each arm. Then, once you're done with that, we're gonna face the opposite direction, but we're gonna be doing the exact same thing with our arm, but this time we're gonna be pushing it rather than pulling it. So you're gonna do 10 each arm there. Like I just said, we want the movement to be very similar. So you're going from here to here. Little bit of space between your elbow and your ribs. I like to say the chicken wing, and then full extension, so you're really reaching in front, whether you're pulling or pushing, okay? And when you do that, you're gonna feel it all in the ribs and your chest if you're pressing, or your back if you're pulling. All right, once we're done with that, we'll go into lower body, but I don't wanna throw too much at you, so let's just jump right in, okay? Pick a weight that feels not like it's nothing, but just enough on that first repetition, you're like, okay, I feel it, all right? So we're gonna be doing 3 rounds of this. It's okay if you start a little bit lighter rather than a little bit heavier. Let's get going. Okay, we're gonna pull and stretch. 2, stretch, squeeze, stretch, squeeze. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. All right, now other side. Same thing. Whatever leg is back, that's the arm that we're using. That'll be for both of them. Okay, squeeze and stretch. 1, 2, 3. Want to make sure that we're feeling this behind our shoulder and in the side of our back, not in the bicep and the front of our chest. Okay, you want to squeeze that shoulder back, trying to bring it close to your spine. Good. And we'll call that 10. Awesome job. Now, reason I give you these cues on that first set is because we got to get a little familiar with it. Now, if you did feel it all in front, next time focus on squeezing that shoulder back first and then the elbow. But don't worry, I'll remind you. Now, let's get to pressing. For a lot of people, the pressing is going to be a lot harder, so you might have to go a little bit lighter, and that's okay. All right, so we're going to bring it out just like that, and if it feels really heavy and you're kind of struggling for your balance, remember, 1 foot back, 1 foot forward, and if you need a little extra assistance, put your foot on the mount of the cable stack. Okay, it helps a lot with the balance. Okay, and then we're just gonna bring it back and then punch it forward just like that. Now, with this, we don't want it to be rubbing up against your arms. So if you need to, turn out a little bit to make sure that you are not scratching up your arm while you do this. Want to be nice and comfortable so we can focus on doing the thing rather than the uncomfortability of it. Okay, we'll call that 7, 8, 9, and 10. Good. Other side. Okay, bring it out with both hands. Set yourself, make sure that it's not rubbing on your arm, and we're off. 1. Okay, reach it as far forward as you can. 2, 3, 4, 5. Big breath out on the punch. 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. All right. That's it for set 1, round 1. They mean the same thing, sets and rounds. So take a breather, minute and a half, just catch your breath, because this is not a circuit style workout where the whole goal is to just get you out of breath and sweat and feel like you did something. The real effective workouts are the ones that really prioritize rest in between sets, because when you can do that, it allows you to put your best into the next set instead of just go, 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 where you don't get to rest properly. And then you actually end up doing less work because you can't do as many reps or as high of weight on that next round because you're too tired. Okay, if you want to get the best results, prioritize rest. Okay, now with that being said, we're on to round number 2. So we'll assume that it's been about a minute. Make sure that your weight is appropriate. If you were able to get 10 on that last one, either go up in weight, or if you're not able to, go up in reps. So instead of doing 10, you do 15, or aim for 15. Shoot for the moon, land in the stars. Not a bad deal either. All right, now set yourself up. Whatever leg is back, that's the hand holding, and we're pulling. Squeeze that shoulder back around the ribs into the spine, and then reach forward. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Feel that squeeze each time. If you have to pause, that's okay. 6, pause. 7, 8, 9, and 10. Awesome. Another thing that tends to happen is people feel it a lot in their elbow, and that could be from wrist position. So make sure we're not curling it in. You want that second knuckle facing forward the entire time. All right, now, here we go. Ready? We're gonna pull back, squeeze. Good. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We're breathing out on the squeeze. 6, out on the pull. 7, 8, 9, 10. Okay, we want to keep that in mind. Whatever the goal is, if we're pulling, that's when we breathe out. If we're pushing, that's when we breathe out. Okay, and that's usually the case when it comes to pulling, pushing, squatting, anything, is like when you're doing the thing, when you're squatting, the goal is to stand up, breathe out as you do it. If you're doing a deadlift, the goal is to stand up, breathe out as you stand up. Only time that ever flips is when we're doing like pull downs. All right, now next up, pushes. We're gonna punch it out, make sure we're good to go. No rubbing on the arm. Our back leg is the pressing side, and we're going. 1, 2, 3, 4. Squeeze that shoulder back. Punch it forward as far as you can. 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Nice job. Other way. Now, if you may have noticed, this kind of looks like a push-up, but with one arm. That's intentional, because a lot of people can't do a regular push-up, and this is a great starting point to get to that point eventually. Here we go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Good job. All right, so felt a little bit heavier. We were still able to get all the reps. If you weren't able to, keep the weight there for the third round. But if you were able to get all those repetitions, maybe you got even a little bit more, let's up the weight or the reps. Your choice, 5 more pounds or 5 more reps. All right, take a breather, and then we got round 3 coming up. All right, here we go, round 3. It's been a minute, maybe a minute and a half. You could pause extra if you need to. Again, this is all about being fresh for this next set. All right, so remember, we're starting with the row. Start with that squeeze of the shoulder back, and then finish like that. Okay, for this last set, we're gonna be doing as many repetitions as possible. I know I said go for 5 more pounds or 5 more reps. If you added weight, we're still gonna go for as many repetitions as possible, okay? Because the goal is to get to that point of technical failure. That's where we no longer feel that squeeze and we have to like do weird things to make sure that the weight gets back, whether that's using a little body English or crunching it in because we're using the muscles that our body wants to use to cheat it, okay? So if at any point you stop feeling the squeeze, done. Let's go. Ready? 1, 2, 3, 4. Keeping that head back It's gonna wanna jut forward. 7, 8, 9, 10, keep counting. If you can keep going, keep going. I have light weight so I could show you properly, but just keep going. Add another rep, one more, one more, one more. And then once you finish that up, join me for the other arm, okay? Here we go. We're gonna go left hand now. Ready? And squeeze that shoulder back. 1, feel it for 1 Mississippi, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, breathing out on the pull. 8, extra important on these last repetitions. 9, 10, and keep it going. If you can do more, do more. Push yourself. All right, then once you're done with that, we're gonna be doing the press. Okay, extra emphasis on the breathing, on these hard rounds, because that breath, it's kind of like karate. It's kind of like any martial art, really. If you can control the breathing and utilize it as best as possible, your body's gonna move better. It's going to be stronger. It's gonna be more powerful. So let's get it going. We're gonna breathe out on the punch. Ready? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. All right, keep it going. Don't stop at 10. I am, but don't you. Now, another one, pressing it forward. Okay, make sure that it's not rubbing up against you. Angle out if you need to. Ready? Here we go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. All right, nice job, okay? We got 3 rounds and we did as many as we possibly could so we could hit that technical failure, give our body that signal that, hey, we need more muscle, we need more bone for next time, okay? That's why we wanna push it to that point. We don't wanna stick with those same 15, 20 pounders. I know you like them, okay? But when you experiment with heavier weights and you still hit the reps, you will be safer, you'll be stronger, and it's gonna work out great. Now, let's take that same energy into lower body, all right? So now we're going to be doing a goblet squat along with a dumbbell bridge, okay? So you are going to need a dumbbell for this or a kettlebell. I'm gonna be using a kettlebell because these dumbbells don't work quite as well, but if you're at a commercial gym that does not have, apologies, that does not have power blocks like these and it's more circular on the ends, okay, that will work a whole lot better. So take your pick and let's get started. Alrighty, so hope you got a good weight. If you have a kettlebell, hold it like this with your thumbs like that, but wrapped around, okay? We don't wanna be holding it like this, and we wanna make sure that we have it just a little bit away so we feel our abs kicking in. Now, if you have a dumbbell, I'll do my best to show you. Basically, the head of the dumbbell is gonna look like this, and we're gonna hold it on the sides, and the exact same thing, just a little bit away so we feel our abs start to kick in. Now, we're gonna be doing same thing, 10 repetitions. The goal is to use enough weight so that 10 repetitions does the job that we need it to do. Okay, so pick a weight that when you pick it up, it's not, that feels all right. It's, okay, I feel it's heavy, but I think I can do this. All right, now, what we wanna do when we set up is go not shoulder width, just a half step wider than shoulder width, okay? And our toes are not straight ahead, they're just slightly turned out. And the goal is to keep those knees in line with our toes instead of letting them buckle in, okay? That way you feel it in the top of the thigh and the side of your butt. That's how you know you're doing this right. That's the spots that you wanna feel along with the abs, okay? So we're just gonna sit it down low and then stand it up tall. 1, 2, I'll go from the side so you can see me too. 3, 4, 5, want to stay really tall at the bottom. 6, 7, 8, we're breathing in on the way down, out on the way up. 1 more, and 10. Awesome job. Now, you can use a box too, or a bench, which I'll grab for the next one. That way we know we're not going here on one rep and then here on the next. We want to be consistent. We want to make sure we're doing the exact same thing over and over again. Now we're going to take whatever weight you were just using and we're going to be doing a bridge. Okay, so you're going to lay out. Feel free to grab a mat if you want to. And we're going to set up sitting up tall. Okay, we do not want to lay back and then wiggle our weight over. Just setting good habits for when you get heavier and heavier. That's just not going to work. All right, so put it on your hips. You're going to lay back and put your feet, again, shoulder width apart. And then from here, we just want to push our butt up in the air, feel a big squeeze in the tuchus, and then right back down. Okay, we only want to go as far as we need to feel that squeeze, get a nice straight line from our shoulders to our knee. We don't want to push it past that point because that's when our back starts getting into it, and that's no fun. Okay, so big squeeze and then back down. We'll take it right from there. If you can, keep your head on the ground to take some pressure off your neck. We'll call that 2, 3, 4. Now, if you feel it in the hamstrings, back your feet up. That's behind the thigh. If you feel it too much here and you feel like you can't quite get up high enough, scoot your feet forward. There's a sweet spot. Okay, if you want to feel it all in the butt. 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Nice job. All right, that's it for round 1. Now, we got 2 more rounds. So if you got all the repetitions, let's add some weight or some reps, your choice, 5 reps or 5 pounds, okay? And then we're gonna use that same weight for the bridge because if you can squat it, you should be able to bridge it. Now, I'm gonna grab the bench to show you what that bench squat looks like. So for the bench squat, you could do it one of 2 ways. You could go straight on like this, where the bench is lined up along your legs, and you could tap it like that. Or you could also put it underneath you long ways, and then that way there's no chance of sitting too far back and falling backwards. Really up to you, your choice. Okay, so we got 10 repetitions to do. Let's bring that weight up. Okay, again, holding it like this for the kettlebell or like this for the dumbbell. We're going in 3, 2, 1, and let's sit it down. 1, 2, and if you're going to the bench, we don't want to sit down and relax and then stand up. Stay tight. 5, 6, 7, 8, get real tall at the top. 9, 10, beautiful. Okay, we're back down on the ground. Bring that weight with you. If you got a hat, flip it around. And now we're putting it on the waist, letting that weight go back. If it's a dumbbell, I left this part out before, turn it sideways, okay? That way, one head in front of each thigh, and we do it that way. Now, if we don't have access to more weight, you could do single leg, same exact thing, just butt up in the air and do that for 10 each. But if you're in a gym, you should have a heavier dumbbell. Ready? And we're going. 1, 2, 3. Feeling that squeeze in the butt, not feeling the back. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Breathe out on the way up. 9, 10. All right, we're rolling. I don't even think we're at 20 minutes yet. We're gonna knock this out really fast and have a whole lot of day left to enjoy, feeling really good, feeling nice and loose, all right? Now, just like we did before, we're gonna go up. If you were able to get all 10 repetitions, 5 more pounds or 5 more reps. Or if you did 15 on that last one, again, 5 more pounds or go for 20 repetitions this time, all right? So let's grab that weight. And again, we're going for as many as possible. I know I keep catching myself saying 5 more reps, okay? You should aim for 5 more, but if you can do more than 5, go for more. Okay, challenge yourself. Technical failure, where our legs just don't have any more left in them, and we're not doing any weird like good morning style squats or anything like that to make up for it, okay? So let's get it up right to the chest, little separation so you feel those abs, and we're off. 1, 2, breathe in on the sit, 3, out on the way up, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, tall and tight every time, 10. Nice job, keep it going, keep it going. Don't stop if you're able to keep going. Get all those reps. Get as many as you possibly can. If that last one is really, really, really slow, that's how you know you've hit that sweet spot. Nice job. All right. Now, one more of the bridge. Ooh. Okay. Now, put it on those hips. Same heavier weight. Again, do single leg if you need to. If you do double leg and you're able to squat all of that, you're probably gonna be able to do a lot of reps. So go for as many as you need to feel that booty burn. One of the most important muscles is the glutes. We gotta get them ready to go, okay? Ready? Big push up, feel that squeeze, and then back down. Stupid cap. 2, 3, 4. Feel that squeeze for a sec, then back down. 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Keep going, keep going. Don't stop on my account. Keep it going. Finish it up, finish it up. Okay, there we go. And once you're done, take a breather. Okay, we just finished our strength. We're gonna be doing cardio next. Take a breather, and I cannot stress this enough. Record your weights somewhere, whether it's a notepad like pen and paper, an Excel sheet, maybe you're using an app, maybe the Fit40 app, okay? Just somewhere, put it down so that way you know next time that you can start with whatever your second set was, do your third set for the second, and then do a new personal best for your third, and just keep that going. That's how we make progress, all right? But I won't get too into that. Check out the podcast if you want more info on that. All right, now we got some cardio to do. So today we're going to be doing 30-30 of core and cardio. So the first thing that we're gonna be doing is making our area safe by moving the weights. Okay, move them out of the way. Make sure there is 0 chance of you possibly hitting it with your foot or your hands. All right. So what we're gonna be doing are 2 things for 30 seconds with 30 seconds rest in between. The first thing that we're gonna be doing is a seal jack. So both feet together, both hands together. We're gonna come out and in, back and forth like that. Hopefully my mic isn't going crazy and toof, toof every single time. Okay, we're gonna be doing that for 30 seconds. Now, if the bouncing is no good because of our knees, maybe other stuff going on, whatever. If the bouncing is no good, instead go out, out, in, and just do it like that. And that'll be totally fine. Just keep that pace high enough so our heart rate gets up a little bit. Then what we're gonna do is we are going to stretch. We're gonna go down to the floor and we're gonna do a cobra. So you could do it with your arms totally straight, get a big, big stretch that way, or go down to the elbows, okay? Do that for 30 seconds. Then, once we're done with that, we're gonna go into a plank for 30 seconds. Notice, we're already here. We're just gonna go boop, just like that. Squeeze the legs, squeeze the butt, push yourself away, and hold that for 30 seconds. Now, if that's too much, if we're not good with the normal plank, that's fine. Put those feet together and then push up from the knees. As long as you feel it in the abs and you're able to still squeeze your butt, you're A-okay, all right? Then, once you're done with that, we're gonna stay back down in the cobra for another 30 seconds. That's gonna be 2 minutes. So we got 10 minutes of this, which means we're going to be doing 5 of each. All right, so let's make sure we've got plenty of space, and then we're gonna start up. All right, I'm gonna start the gym timer on every 30 seconds. It's gonna ding. You're gonna hear like a 3-second countdown, most likely, if my mic catches it, but I'll keep you on track, so we'll do it together. Ready? We're gonna get going in 3, 2, 1. Seal jacks, here we go. Back and forth. Just like that. Nice and light on the feet. I'll try and keep my hands down so the mic doesn't move as much. And also keep your hands down too if your shoulders and traps and neck are a little bit tight. Maybe you work a computer job or anything where you're at a desk. Keeping those shoulders down and away from the ears helps a lot. Good, we got 5 seconds. 4, 3, 2, 1, and down to the floor. Now we got cobras. So hands or elbows, whatever's more comfortable, just hang out right there. The goal is to bring our breathing down, like slow down our breathing in through the nose, out through the mouth. Extend that breath in and out. Okay, we want a lot of high-low here with our heart rate. We want to go high when we're working, low when we're resting. Here we go, 3, 2, we got planks, ready, go. Okay, we're off. Again, we want to straighten those legs out hard. We want to squeeze our butt. We want to push away from the ground. So it feels almost like we're in a hollow position and you feel the abs kicking in. Our hips aren't droopy. They're not sky high like a teepee. Fun fact, you cannot squeeze your butt cheeks together if your butt is in the air like that, okay? You want to squeeze the cheeks together. As my old boss used to say, we want to turn that quarter into 5 nickels. And done with that. Back to the cobra. Up and down, or not up and down, just up like this, hands or elbows. You could get a little turning in here if you want to get a little extra stretch on the obliques. Slow down that breathing. On the inhale, you want to feel the front of your abs stretch out. On the exhale, you want to feel your hips sink into the floor. Nice. Here we go. We're up in 3, 2, 1, and seal jacks. Let's go. 1, 2. I don't know why I'm counting. This is what happens. Cardio, you just need it to be mindless. Set an interval timer, have a basic target, and just go. Speaking of targets, if you want to target heart rate, if you're between the ages of 40 to 60, which is most of the people I work with, you want your heart rate after about 2-3 sets of this to be in that 125 to 145 range. All right, and that's 30, down to the ground. Okay, so while you're doing the work, it probably won't be that high. Right now, where you're resting and your heart is bouncing back from that dumping to help you do the exercise, now it's gonna start to raise up a little bit. I wanna check those Apple Watches, Garmin, whatever you're wearing, Oura Ring, whatever. Morpheus strap, highly recommend that one. That's what I use. Not paid or anything, but that's just what I use. All right, ready? We got planks in 3, 2, 1, and go. Okay, squeeze those cheeks, turn that quarter into 5 nickels. Now turn that 5 nickels into, how many pennies? 25, 25 pennies. You ever realize how dumb something sounds as you're saying it? Good. Slow, controlled breathing while we stay tight. Don't let that chest sink to the floor. Push yourself away. Fight it. 3, 2, 1. Whew. Oh, and we're back into the cobra. Okay. So again, check that heart rate. See, are we in that 125 to 145 range? If you're under that, speed things up on the seal jacks and also squeeze harder when you're doing the plank. Like really make as much of an effort as you can to squeeze your fists and push your feet into the ground as hard as possible. That's gonna help. And on the jacks, obviously going faster is gonna help things along. Here we go, we're back up. 3, 2, 1. All right, and on the flip side, if your heart rate is a little bit too high, like it's really up there in the 160s, 170s right now, then do that other version. 1, 1, and in. 1, 1, and in. Okay, because this is all about keeping ourselves in that zone, trying to stay right there and give our body that exposure to those different heart rate zones for different periods of time, so we're just more resilient. Whew. 3, 2, 1, and cobra. Whew. And we're up. Whew. All right, halfway in, not too shabby. I know, halfway is like one of those things where it's like, ugh. But just know, we're over the hump. It's like when you get past Wednesday. Thursday is a little exciting, Friday's very exciting. And then Saturday, Sunday, it's like, let's make the most of it. So let's make the most of these final rounds. Okay, we're gonna be planking in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and we're up. Okay, again, if, for example, your heart rate is a little too high from these, drop those knees and do the regressed version, because we're still gonna get good work on the abs, but it's not gonna drive us out of the main goal, which is to keep this cardio focused. Okay, you can get really good at endurance with the core while keeping your heart rate in a place we want it to be. All right, so if you're, oh, there we go, we're already done. And down. I was gonna say, if you're feeling the front of your shoulders while you're doing the plank, scoot them forward. You wanna feel those ribs doing the job, not so much the shoulders doing the job. Whew, okay. So this is 3 of each. After this, we only got 2 more rounds of each one. Okay, 10 seconds. 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and we're up. 1. All right, seal jacks. Whew. Whew. This is about that time where we can go mindless. You just listen to my voice, or hell, mute me until you got 30 seconds. Whew. There you go, back and forth. Almost forgot to mention, if you want to do a piece of cardio equipment instead of these seal jacks, so you don't get weird looks in the gym, feel free. But we're a little past that point at this rate. Okay, all done with that. Cobra time. And we're down. Slow, slow breathing. Not like my yappy ass, but for you, slow that breathing down. Good. Try and make it last at least longer than 3 seconds on the inhale. 3, 2, 1. 3 on the exhale. 3, 2, 1. Would you look at that? Plank time. 3, 2, 1. And we're up. Okay? If you need to, go knees version. Let's say you could do the plank for the first 3 and now it's like we just can't last the full 30. Don't take breaks. Just do the regressed version and last all the way through. And then when you repeat this, see if you could go 4 rounds instead of 3 without having to switch. Good, okay? Also, underrated tip, don't let that head drop. Pull it back. Work those muscles behind your neck. Those computer desk people I mentioned before, you'll love this. And relax. Cobra. We got 1 more. Just 1 more. Okay? Enjoy this, and then we're gonna get going into that final one. 3 seconds in, 3, 2, 1. 3 seconds out, 3, 2, 1. 3, 2, 1. 3, 2, 1. And now up to your feet. Final round. Last set, best set. Here we go. Ready? And, oh God, I'm out of sync. Both together on the way in, both out on the way out. I know I had a client literally just doing one of these the whole time. If you want to keep yourself entertained, I don't judge. There we go. Out and in, out and in. Nice and light on the feet. We want to be springy. We don't want to feel any banging on the ground. Absorb that landing. Here we go. 3, 2, 1, and down to the ground. Whew. Okay. Should feel right around now. Maybe your back loosens up a little bit, which is always a great feeling. This is why I love incorporating mobility stuff during the workout, because you get more bang for your buck, because your tissue temperature is elevated, which means that you're able to go into ranges of motion you couldn't if you weren't as warm, so it's nice. Here we go, ready? 3, 2, 1, last plank. Let's make it count. If you start feeling it in your lower back, squeeze those glutes extra hard, really crunch. Okay, we're not pulling our belly button in, we're taking our ribs and our hips and we're crunching them together So if you start shaking like you see me doing right now, that's the sweet spot. Just know that that shakiness is like an internal egg timer for like 30 seconds. So even though it's hard, even though you're shaking, even though you're out of breath, push through. Work those mental muscles. We only got 3 seconds. 2, 1, and last cobra. Okay, congratulations, you made it. Awesome, awesome job. That is it for today. Feel free to get some foam rolling in, some extra stretching after this, and really bring yourself down. Take a second to be with your thoughts. We don't really get much of that during the day, so take full advantage for the next like 5 minutes. You'll be surprised at how much better your day feels overall. Highly, highly recommend it. 3, 2, 1, and we're done with the Cobra. Now, thank you so much for joining me on this workout. I want to do more just like this, but that being said, the best way to do this style of workout is to repeat it at least once, maybe twice every week for the next 4 to 12 weeks. And the goal is to do more, progress, get better with your form, and really chase progress, not just sweat. Get better at whatever it is you're doing, okay? And that's where your body's gonna adapt. You're gonna feel like $1,000,000 and you're gonna get the results that you want, all right? So thank you again for joining me. I hope to see you in the next one.